Got 4G's head over here on the table, and we've been worried about that half of the injector that's stuck in that pre-combustion chamber in number 4 since we took it apart over a year ago. Today, we're going to deal with it. You might recall this tool that I made to remove the pre-combustion chambers out of the D4400 engine head. And we had this one injector, the bottom half of it stuck. Now, I was able to make a tool to unscrew the top half, but I'd like to get the bottom half of that injector out of this pre-combustion chamber. So we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what thread pitch this was. And our American minds kind of blocked us on that one. Now, I've mentioned our amazing neighbors before. They've helped us out with a lot of things on this project, and this one's no different. And when I was talking about American minds, yeah, it's metric. It's a metric thread pitch, a 17. And so they made us a adapter with the standard threads 1 inch to metric to pull that out. The beauty of this is it'll work with the tool that I've already made. The other part is I was able to find a thrust bearing right here to go on the top of this. That's the correct style. And this adapter for that inner pre-combustion chamber, I guess the bottom of the injector, will fit right in there. So let's try and get it out. That's been bugging us since we first took this machine apart. That should be good. And you might recall that I made this tool open-ended so that I could put bolts in here. Bearing, cup, lubricant in there, bearing, there, that there, and our nut. Put it on there. Okay, let's see what it does. I see a design flaw. Had to do like I did on the last one and grind this off so I can get a wrench on it to hold it, so we don't spin this in and tighten it too far into the injector. One of us will hold this center and the other one will turn it. There you go. This one doesn't fit perfectly. You ready?
Yeah.
There you go.
Now wait.
You ready?
All right, go ahead.
Well, my bearing's working. Oh, it's coming up.
It did?
Yeah, let me get another bite. It helps when I'm kind of at a 90-degree angle.
It don't look like it to me.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. You want a pipe on there?
Yeah.
All right.
You think it's coming up?
Something is.
I can't really see.
It's coming out.
Yeah, I believe it is. It sure is. Yep, definitely.
You know, that shouldn't get stuck in there like this.
I wouldn't think it'd come that hard.
Yeah, the others all came right out. You can see right here, there. Came right out of the pre-cup.
Yeah, but that's a tight fit. There's a lot of
rust.
Just keep going now.
Let me get another bite.
You got her moving. My word.
That pre-cup I took out of the other one was just as bad. You ready?
Yeah.
Boy, that thing is rusty.
Yeah, I guess.
That's number 4, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's out there. Now we're out. What a pain. Look at the mud around that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope we're out because we're out of thread. Well, the thrust bearing was a definite improvement from last time. I like to kind of keep those bolts with this puller.
All right, well, put that in with it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's loose.
It's coming out?
Yeah.
Oh.
No wonder it wouldn't come out.
Look at the dirt in there.
Yeah. It's a mess. That's why it wouldn't come out.
It's dirt. It's just dirt.
Got dirt in it.
You know, I wonder about the O-ring at the top of this, because I heated this with my infrared tool.
Well, we get this cleaned up, you can pull it out.
Yeah.
Do you have the O-rings for it?
I have the O-rings, and I got the copper ring for the bottom. And we have that good new one off of 7U that we took out we could put in there for now.
Yeah.
So, at least we got that off of our backs, so we can quit worrying about it for the moment.
One thing at a time.
If you want a tutorial on how I made this, it's in my Let's Make a Tool series, so look for the Let's Make a Tool playlist. And a lot of this is carbon and soot. That's injector, that's number 4. That's the one back there that gets the heat, but...
Baked on carbon.
Dad and I are speculating that it's possible it got a bunch of carbon shot back up in there. Maybe that injector wasn't tight or something.
I don't know. In dirt, I don't know.
Made a mess, so definitely something we're going to need to address.
See, it's...
What'd you discover? Oh, yeah, it's pitted.
It's pitted. It got water in it.
Yeah, we're going to have to pull that pre-cup out of there. Good thing I made a tool. I made this tool open-ended, so we can actually put bolts in here, and I can press things in with it, and these are a 1/2-inch bolts, so they'll definitely hold it. That's what holds our injectors in. And all this is going to do is keep this tool from spinning around here. These bolts don't really need to hold anything. So I think this would be a good day to finish pulling this pre-combustion chamber out of here and get that all taken care of. And as always, we got a lot of cleaning to do. Good idea vacuuming that out of there.
Well, I moved this so it would fall through onto that cardboard, but...
That pre-cup's not in good shape. In
No.
fact, there's pitting down there
Yeah,
where
there
the
is.
injector seals, so...
Yeah. And up here in the threads, too.
Yeah.
See if that'll screw in. I was going to blow this
I think
off.
this is a good idea to get this out of here. All right, let's put a little lube on there. Those threads are really pitted. Okay, see
Put
if
a
our
little on there.
adapter will screw in there. So that one you can screw it in till it bottoms out.
See, it stopped there, and you think I'm started?
Yeah.
Oh,
It wouldn't go in that easy.
Well, the threads are not in good shape,
No.
so...
Well, I made it so we could put a wrench on the top and screw it in the rest of the way. Yeah.
Back it out.
No, I think we can do that. There you go.
Actually, it's got just one hard place.
I don't know if I got high hopes for this, but... Well, that went a lot smoother than the one on 7J, by far. I think we might have loosened it when we pulled the bottom half of the injector out of there. We got a big problem. That's why that came out so easy, because it only took out half the pre-combustion chamber. It was completely rusted out. That's not good.
No. We're going to have to cut that out of there.
It's making me wonder about the rest of these.
Yeah.
I wonder if that cup got a pinhole in it and that's what got water in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, very well could be.
This is really, really bad news. Well, here's the one on 7J. And this is what they're supposed to look like. Which just tells me we got a problem over there on 4G's head.
I don't think the head's bad. We just got to get the lower part of that pre-combustion chamber out that's stuck in there.
I'm wondering if we could flip the head on its side and kind of, I mean, we're not going to save it, and just hit that out with a hammer.
I think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It left the bottom half in the chamber. Yeah, that O-ring's toast. This whole thing is toast.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you look at it right there, I think it rusted through.
Yeah.
That's what got the water in there and froze it.
And stuck that injector in there.
Yeah, we were...
You know what?
You know what? I'm glad we did this.
I think these three will be fine.
I do too. I do too. If
I think we'll leave those alone.
Number 4 chamber cleaned up. We got the valves done on this head. I hate not to use it. Plan is to tip this over on its side and tap on the bottom of that pre-combustion chamber from the bottom of the head. Hopefully that'll pop it out of there. We might have just saved ourselves a huge, huge future headache here. Oh yeah.
That might loosen some of the debris.
And then we can tap it from the bottom.
Yeah.
Pop it out the rest of the way.
Right. Ready?
Yeah. You know what? It looks like it's up above a little further than the other two. It should come out of there. No, we'll use the brass hammer. Ready?
Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I think it's going.
Yeah, it is. But I'm gonna be hit it once more.
Yeah, because you're gonna be.
All right, yeah, it's coming. I'm gonna be hitting the head. I gotta have something smaller now.
Maybe. Oh no, it is coming out.
It's coming out, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
It's going in there. You can see.
Yeah.
Where those were. Okay.
It's going more with each blow though. As long as we don't hit our head.
Yeah. All right.
It's going pretty easy now. Take it easy. There it goes.
Wait. Is it
coming out in pieces?
Not yet.
There it is.
Yeah. Got water in there somehow. And that's what froze the injector into that. I don't know where, how. There should be a copper washer on the bottom of this somewhere. Boy, did we have fun with that. Now I'm a little worried about these other three.
I'm not.
You think this is our culprit? Leave the others alone?
Yep.
Yeah.
I do, because I'm going by the looks of these other injectors. Look how clean they are. Other than this one, but that's just a little, that's not from water. I mean, these are nice.
That one on the end got a little warm.
Yeah. This is a worse looking one. I don't know. This is our number 4.
You can see the copper O-ring in there. So we'll have to get that out of there and put a new one in there. But this pre-combustion chamber's toast. But now we're worried about these. I know this is number 4, so gets the heat. I don't know. What do we do? What do we do here? You get that copper ring out. There it is. So that's the ring that seals it. Oh, look at how this is eaten away. It leaked to past that side. I hope that our seat is not messed up down there where this ring sits.
No, I don't think so.
It looks okay to me.
The copper's softer than this.
Yeah. So what are we doing here? Are we going to pull this other one? The 2 front ones don't look terrible, but this one's starting to get rust showing on there.
I'll bet that's this guy.
Yeah, I think so. So, we're pulling it?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. One thing we found out about this tractor is there's no indication that any of this in this head has ever been apart. So I'm almost certain that these are the original pre-cups in here.
Them threads are nice. It's tight.
Okay, we'll see how this one goes. We're going to try and pull it. Well, if you thought we weren't putting any torque on this, we've actually stretched the threads on the puller, so yeah. Definitely going to need to revisit this if we do any more of these. Yeah, it stretched the threads in that nut for sure. I'm going to use fine thread when I fix this thing. It also did a number on the bearing here. The cage there you can see. I think it came out so hard because there's so much corrosion in here, it tries to drag out. Oh, we can get that cleaned up. I think this one's going to be okay. Definitely good we got that one out of there. We're having a little pickle getting this off of the tool, and yeah, we trashed the threads on that tool. I'll look for something fine thread to redo this with. As soon as we get this pre-cup off here, it looks fine. I think it's going to be fine. I'm going to try heating this thing up and see if it does any good. There it goes. All right, you're good.
Let me go clean it up on the wire brush.
Yeah.
And we'll take a closer look.
Well, the beauty of making your own tools is you have a lifetime warranty. I think the only thing we gained by taking this out of here is a little bit of peace of mind.
Yeah.
Which is good. This one will clean up okay. We can put that one back in. I can use one off of 7J for this other one in the back that was a problem. And I think we'll be okay. I don't think that it's necessary to take these other two out.
I don't either.
Are you seeing any red flags?
No. No, I think it's going to be okay. I got to get some debris chipped out of here, and it'll be fine.
Okay. Well, the important part's down here where that copper sit.
And that seat, I just need to clean it up.
And up there where the O-ring is.
I got to sit down. Where's my chair? Where's my happy chair?
Dad's looking for his happy chair. So I suppose you could do this with the head on the tractor, but you really risk dropping a bunch of stuff down inside there into the cylinder. So if I was to do this, if I had to do this again, I'd definitely pull the head off the tractor. I think when I rebuild this into pre-combustion chamber puller 2.0, I'm going to use some fine thread here, and I need to kind of elongate this hole a little bit. What happened here too is that some of these threads got into the side of the puller here. I think that's what damaged them. And we'll do that. We'll elongate that a little bit. It'll be fine. The bottom of this is fine. My welds were fine. I just need to do a few modifications, little tweaks on here to make this thing work good. One thing about it, there's a lot of scale and debris in these water passages in here that we need to get cleaned out of here. I'm thinking about doing a budget build on 5T, basically do only what we need to do to get it going, kind of a thing. What do you think?
That was the idea.
Yeah.
And some of these old, even like those old copper rings, might be usable for
that. Dad's taking the O-ring off the top of the pre-combustion chamber here. Those are a really big fat O-ring.
And that aligns right here.
Yep. And Dad's talking about the V on the pre-combustion chamber, and that helps you get it at the correct angle. So in this case, this one would go in something like this. And we got these cleaned up. These are the ones we're going to go back in with. And the one off of 7J is in excellent condition. This one off of 4G has a little bit of pitting there.
But it's okay.
It will run it. It's going back into number 3 where it came out of. And that's going to go into number 4 where the broken one was. So now we need to clean up where those seats are in these first two. Just kind of polish them up a little bit. And I need to get that copper ring out of there. I've been picking at it. I haven't had much luck. And Dad's got this one cleaned up fairly well, but we need to do a little finishing touch.
There you go.
Dad's cleaning tartar out of our 4G head with a dental pick.
It's working.
Yeah. Dad says we even got the air tool like a dentist.
It's like we're in a dentist's office.
All right, go ahead and spit, 4G. There's just baked on carbon inside of there. It's a mess.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see that and I'll eat it up.
What a mess.
See, it's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, that cleaned it up good.
And it's...
We need to do that one there.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're just using a really fine wire brush on the end of a drill for those. How's number 1? That looks really
It'll
good.
be okay.
Yeah.
It's got a little staining, but that won't hurt anything. The The seat down there looks good.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay. Time for the go-to. I got behind it here, so let's see if I can pry it out. There we go. I made some progress. I think I can get it out of there now. Nice. Much as I would have liked to save this, there was no saving it. I couldn't get it out there in one piece. And you're not supposed to reuse them anyway. I got the chisel over on the side where it wouldn't hurt anything. I didn't bother a thing. It'll be fine. Looks good. Just clean it up and we'll put them in. Hit that a little bit more with a brush and install our chambers back in. We know we're getting dirt in our valves and grit, and we're gonna have to clean all this up again. We know that, but solving this problem is definitely something we had to do. So I'm using a dental pick, and there's two important surfaces where this pre-combustion chamber seats. Right up here where the O-ring is, it's going to be at the top right above this port where the water flows around it. And then down here in the bottom where that copper O-ring seats. And it's not really an O-ring, it's just a copper ring, but it's double tapered. Very expensive part at Caterpillar. They were like $40 each. So I want to make sure I scrape all this loose carbon off of that seat and make sure that seat is in good shape, because it's very critical. Otherwise you can get combustion and all kinds of stuff back up in here. And I think that's what our problem was to begin with. One on number 3 here. This is the one where the chamber was actually good, or at least okay. And you cannot buy those chambers, so when I say unobtainium, that means you cannot get them. It's just kind of a joking term. That means they're not available. Unobtainium. You can't obtain them. And again, we're stalling, because we always stall when we get nervous about a step. So, time to put these chambers in here. So, we're using the same pipe lube / tire lube that we used on the liners, and we're going to just use that on these O-rings here. And this is the one that's in number 3. You can see it's got a little bit of pitting in there. It cleaned up. There's something that Grandpa always did. He loved to go to town to get parts, and he had a favorite parts store. And every time he would go there, he would come home with sometimes a case, but at least one can of water pump lube and anti-rust. And he would dump that stuff in all the tractors. And forever, Dad and I, just like Marvel Mr. Oil and Lubriplate and everything else, we thought it was hocus pocus. But I said to Dad yesterday when I saw this corrosion on here, I said, you know, I think I'm going to get a can of water pump lube and anti-rust to dump in 4G. It's hard to see, but right there's a V.
Let me pick it out. It's right there.
And there's one on here too. And that V corresponds with right here. I put a black mark on there just to identify it.
See pretty good.
And there's a groove right here in the pre-combustion chamber. And that's so you line this up at the correct angle so that it comes out and it's flat at the bottom in the head. You can see kind of how they're kind of a taper. They're square. So they're very unique, and you cannot reuse them, so I don't know. We're going to start here on this one.
Did it fall in there nice?
Yeah, and I'm guessing the way that it's tapered, it'll self-align somewhat.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
So Dad's going to put the O-rings on there. He's been trying to keep them warm in his pocket and everything, so they're a little bit more pliable when we install this. Put a little bit of that stuff on there. It'll go.
There we go. Now,
kind of slipped right in there.
Be sure that it ain't.
Put it towards the bottom. It's going to press up when
I can see the seam. See, it's not rolled.
And you got plenty of stuff in there. Let's put some in here too.
I'll put a little more. Now, be sure we got our V. lined up. Right. I think we're going to need help. I got that pretty well lined up, don't I? Need to turn just a tiny bit there. That looks pretty good, don't it?
Yeah.
I think it's going to need some help.
Oh. Just so we're not...
Because it's going to take some pressure to crush that copper washer.
Well, we're not crushing it yet. All we're doing is...
No, I know, but when it finishes, it's going to take quite a bit of force to crush it.
Well, that's when we tighten down the injector.
True.
So, right now we just want to get it in there. I'm going to just set the dead blow hammer on there, and I'm going to tap it with this brass hammer and see if it... Ready?
Yeah.
It's going.
Go ahead. I think you're in.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, not quite. Because looking at these...
Our V's pretty good and lined up.
The V's nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead again. Let me get nice and square.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Feels good there. And we'll let the injector push it the rest of the way if it's got to go, but we are up a little bit. Well, it's pretty good.
That would have been disaster for all of our work and what we had done. It would have started leaking water into this whole thing. It had mixed up the piston, the cylinder, the valves. It would have been total disaster.
It would have ruined all of our hard work.
Yeah, for sure.
Cleaner's going back to cleaning mode over here. And we had some very good success today. I feel a lot better about the way these pre-cups are. This 1 out of 7J in that back cylinder is going to be good. We got new O-rings, we got new seals in the bottom, and we are in a lot better place. Plus, we got that piece of the bottom half of the injector out of that back pre-cup. That was bugging the heck out of both of us. So, we're glad we did it, and I do want to thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Every year, thousands of tractors rust away in unknown fields and pastures, forgotten by time and neglect. Many waiting for that day when somebody finally saves up enough money to fix it up. With your help, engines like Hit and Miss Jenny here are now, despite a cracked head, firing on all one cylinder. For as little as the price of a cup of coffee a month, D4 Carl here might get that sledgehammer taken to the engine and get it unstuck. Thanks to your generous support and LAOL state-of-the-art 1920s tool building technology, some of these machines are going to live for generations to come. So from the bottom of our heart, we thank you. And thank you for the channel support, the subscribes, the memberships, and everything else. Because of you, this old junk is going to get a second chance. And Wheezy here thanks you too. Thank you! If you can't get enough LAOL content, consider a channel membership down below.